This is my father's 2009 Jaguar XF. It's a 3-litre model and it's developed a common fault that these cars seem to have. Start it up. Cool. Cool, it's very flash. Turn it around there. Now the problem it's got is if you put the indicator on, it no longer makes a sound. The speaker is built in the back of this cluster, and to get to it you have to take it apart. I'm not going to do that. I've got a much simpler response. This is an indicator sounder kit, and you put it across the wiring and this little buzzer will make a noise when you put the indicator on. I've got one on my Triumph Bonneville, which is how I know about it. All I need to do is fit that across the rear wiring in the tail lights and it will buzz when the indicators come on. I've got a kit for each side. The indicators are behind here in the boot, so I need to pull this off. It looks to me like it's come off before because that is split. So this needs to come off and then this peels out. In order to get this bit of trim out, you have to take out the 3 little plastic fasteners. Now they look like screws, but they're not screws, they're push fit. And you have to get behind them and prise them out. And you can see somebody else has already mullered this one. So oh, it just pops off in your hand. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Much easier than I was expecting. That's exposed quite a lot of the loom, and it's worth noticing that there's earth points there, and we'll need an earth to connect the earth line to on the buzzer. As this is not my car, I forgot that the battery was in the back here, and I've been told whatever you do, do not disconnect the battery because it will really bugger up the electronics. I need to take this inner lining out, and you can see that someone's already done it before and actually split that. There's a popper hidden up here, so I need to take that out and then hopefully I can just pull the whole thing back and get to the part that I actually want to see. There is a shed load of electronics under here that I am not going to touch. What I'm actually interested in is this wire that goes through to the rear lights, because one of those is the indicator wire. So I'm going to take the rear light off and find out which one that is. There are a load of videos on the internet how to do this. You undo these 3 nuts and then just pull it off and the whole thing comes off. So I found out that because one of them is recessed in the metalwork, I can't get that on it, so I've gone and got the long reach deep sockets. Now it should be easy to get apart. So that's the indicator holder, so therefore it is solid green and solid black, so all I've got to do is trace that through there into the car and find somewhere to tap into it. So the wiring loom has an earth and 2 lives, so you can do both sides with one buzzer. But I don't think the loom's long enough to be able to do that, which is why I've bought 2 of these. This wiring won't go right across the back of the car. What I've done is made a temporary earth here, and then I've plugged that into here, because I've worked out that although it's a solid green coming out of the light, it's not a solid green in the loom, it's actually this green and yellow one. And now if I put the indicator on, the car's on but obviously not running. Let's put the indicator on. You see that's working. You can hear it beeping. So that's the wiring part. I've just got to now figure out how to connect into it inside the car. So that's connected into the yellow and green one, and then the other end I've connected into here because it's so much easier to do. And then I've cut off the other one because I don't need it. Now what you need to do is dress the cables and put the light cluster back on. That's all back together. I've cable tied the speaker to the soft foam on this cable so that it doesn't rattle about, and also so you can hear it inside the car. So on this side there's a popper high up in here that was really hard to get out and I had to use pliers, and there's one in the side there it was much easier to get out. So on this side I'm going to do the same thing, trace the wiring back, connect it up, make it beep. It looks like they're different colours, and this is really dirty, this connector. I'm a bit worried about that. Give that a good going over before I use it again. On this side it's this corner contact. On the other side it comes out as a rather nice blue and orange Triumph Bonneville colours, so it's different to the other side. So just before I put the final trim in, I'm going to check it all works with the engine running, because it's not a lot of good if you can't hear it once that's done. Ooh. Right, so here we go. Well, I can hear that one pretty clearly. Yep, we've got beepers. And apart from the extra effort that I had to go to, it's cost about £12 to do that. When it comes to putting this trim back in, you have to take the plastic studs out, and they're the middles, and the hardest bit is getting it to fit over these two rubber clamps, which I found quite awkward.